Callisto Protocol, a game that I am looking forward to, has just straight up been canceled. For its Japanese release is just straight up been canceled because they were not able to, being Striking Distance Studio, was not able to pass the 0 rating, which is like the Japanese ESRB type thing, without changing content. That would change the overall experience of the game. This is what they tweeted. So they tweeted in Japanese. This has been translated by Video Games Chronicle in an article titled "Callisto Protocol canceled in Japan after developer decides against cuts" by Andy Robinson. Link to that is in the description of this episode. They said this. We have decided to discontinue the Japanese version of the Callisto Protocol. We have determined that the game cannot pass the 0 rating in its current state and that changing the content will not provide the experience that players expect. We would appreciate your understanding in Japan. The account concluded a statement by saying it would provide refunds to those who had pre-ordered the title. So, yeah, what do you think of this?
So, I was trying to find out if there's anything about this in the past with other things that happen in Japan. And there have been certain lines that they draw with specific gore. And this is according to an article by Polygon called "The Callisto Protocol Proves Too Violent for Japanese Censors." And they basically say in it, dismemberment is a particular taboo. 2020's The Last of Us Part 2, for example, had all dismemberment removed from its Japanese release, as well as a sex scene edited to obtain its Z rating. And kind of in line with that, Striking Distance Studios has before talked about how they are proud of the brutality and gore in the game, so it doesn't sound like they're going to be changing that. And this Polygon article is written by Ali Welsh as well.
It's hard, with something like this where that is such an essential part of it, where their whole thing is it is brutal and it is violent, and that's sort of the point of the game. So removing that would be pretty difficult. I remember that in Resident Evil 7, there's a scene where you go into the garage, I think. No, it must not have been the garage. It's after you go into the garage, where there's that police officer who gets his head chopped off. And you have to get a key. And in the Western version, the key is located in the stump of his head. And you got to stick your hand in and grab that and pull it out. And in the Japanese version, the key is just on the table. They just completely cut that because they're like, this is not going to... this isn't going to make it, so we just can't include it. Yeah, this is a bummer. You hate to see this sort of thing happen, but I imagine that if you are making a video game that is violent and M-rated or X-rated, or Z-rated for 0, right? You have to understand that it might not be able to be played everywhere, but it is such a bummer that it would just have to be cut outright.
So I found an Engadget article, and I think this is an interesting kind of connection too. This is from R. Mitchell, dated September 10th, 2008. And the title is "Dead Space Banned in Japan, Germany, and China." And it says, the article starts, we were contacted by EA last week about the recent expedition of the Dead Space release date, and somehow we failed to notice that in the email also confirmed that Dead Space has been banned in Japan, Germany, and China. According to the email, Dead Space was banned from being sold, yes, outright banned this time, I'm correct, in Japan, Germany, and China. So there you have it, kids. It's not a rumor at all, though the matter is apparently in dispute, blah, blah, blah. So it sounds like this has been a similar issue that has happened before, with this being a problem with things being banned. So maybe it's not as shocking as I first thought.
Sure. It's just one of those things that it's a bummer, but hey, I think this game is going to be really good.
Yeah, I know. To be honest, I'm a little excited for it. And I
was reading about the previews, and they were like, if you like Dead Space, this, there's enough here that it's different, but also is that good Dead Space stuff.
And it looks like again, I've not played all of Dead Space. I've played probably the first like 5 hours of it. Not a very long game, right?
The first one? No, not really.
That was probably like right at the end. Anyway, this one looks like straight up spookier too.
It seems a lot more because like by the end of Dead Space, and I think a lot of these like survival horror games have this problem where like by the end you've just got like buckets of ammo.
Yeah.
But I think they've said like you're not going to be able to shoot your way out of really every situation. And that it's not like, yes, it is. There is shooting in it, but it's not like a shooter per se, you know. But gosh, I'm so excited for this game. When does it come out? December, right?
We're getting there. You just want it for your fantasy team.
I mean, I just want to play. Yes, December 2nd. That's actually not that far away. That is how many weeks away is that?
4 weeks.
1, 2, 3, 4, and some change. 4 weeks from Friday. That's like not bad.
And one of those days is Thanksgiving, so we don't count that day unless you hate your family.